Hello, just a quick update with the robot. This is the updated chassis, and so this is a drop-in replacement for the acrylic board that we're currently using to kind of hold all the electronics and frame together. So we just changed the acrylic board to a 2 millimeter aluminum sheet, so it should be much sturdier than what we have currently. In addition, we have that lower center of gravity that we've talked about, that I've been talking about, and the lower camera mount, lower to the ground camera mount. So it should have all those performance improvements. In addition, this aluminum bracket can be made for maybe $50 to $100 at about 10 in quantities of about 10. Basically, like, they have the tool up to make the first one anyway, so you just get the next 9 for pretty much free. So this is something we can test out quickly, you know, and it's a drop-in replacement, no soldering, no big changes, just remounting the existing hardware to this plate. That being said, I did leave some room for changes. So here we can see how the motors are mounted, and this like front bulkhead here can accept basically just like one size up for the brand of motors we're using. So here you can see that, and these are the larger polyurethane wheels that I think should address some of those slipping problems we were having before. But again, we don't have to go with this right away, but we have that option down the line. In addition, I thought it might be good to have a enclosure for the electronics as a whole. This will make the whole thing stiffer, but also just kind of protect everything from incidental damage. I think we had like a radio kind of tear off of the last design. And here you can see some of that. Where are the other parts? There we go. So this is the enclosure. So we've left a vent hole for the heat sink so nothing overheats, and then well, a hole for the heatsink, and then vent holes so when the air blows in, it actually has a place to escape to. Power button, Wi-Fi antennas, because we have 2 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and then the whole thing just bolts down to that aluminum bracket. So yeah, this should be much stronger. It's definitely going to be like a more robust solution long term. Yeah, the only thing I haven't worked out is how to access the battery, so it's easy to recharge the battery, but I just need to put in a proper access panel somewhere. And putting this cover on isn't quite as simple as the aluminum, because we'll want to have an external power switch, so we'll need a way to throw power. So I mean, I don't think it might not require any soldering, but will at least require a little bit of rewiring, but so we can implement this whenever. But again, so all these changes can be done by degrees. So we can start with the aluminum chassis, make sure that works well, and then with the camera mount as well, and then either start trying to wire in the enclosure or doing the motor swaps. But we can do this all kind of bit by bit. So it doesn't need to be, one massive change.